He Opueh a 65-year-old woman and many other young girls just because he had the opportunity to. Please watch this video to the end, like, share and subscribe. Joseph wiped his sweat from his brow carrying crate of drink for a corner of shop in Lagos. He was 25 years old, broke and barely scrapping. Life was hard, but he never complained. He had bigger dreams than his small room and old bicycle. One afternoon, he got a call from a driving job. Nervously, he showed up at a huge mansion and met Mama Sugar. She was 25, stunning and rich beyond imagination. Her smile was calm but sharp, like she could see everything inside him. "Joseph, I hope you can handle this job," she said, her eyes scanning him. "Yes, ma," he said, his voice shaking slightly. Days passed, and Joseph got used to driving her around. He watched her laugh, pour tea, and run her business. She noticed him too, the way he tried to be perfect, the way he worked hard. One evening, she handed him an envelope. "Take this," she said. "You have been loyal." Joseph's jaw dropped. The money inside could feed him for months. His hand shook. "This is real?" Soon, their evening became longer. She invited him to dinner, teased him with playful smirks, and sometimes let him sit close while they talk. The first time her hand brushed his, he felt fire shoot through him. "You are braver than boys," she whispered one night, leaning close. Joseph heart pounded. I like you, ma'am, more than I should," he admitted. Mama Sugar laughed softly, her fingers lingering on his lips. "Good, I like you too, Joseph." That night, lying on his bed in the staff quarter, Joseph couldn't stop thinking about her. Her laugh, her touch, her warmth. From nothing, he found her, and from that moment, he knew his life would never be the same. Joseph's hand shook as he walked into Mama Sugar's bedroom. The lights were dim, soft and golden, and the room smelled of her perfume, sweet, warm and intoxicating. His heart pounded like he wanted to break free from his chest. She was sitting on the edge of the bed, silk robe slipping off one shoulder, looking at him with a smile that made his nails weak. "Joseph, come closer," she whispered, her voice low, teasing. He stepped forward, every nerve on fire. His finger brushed hers and sparked a shot up his arms. She laughed softly, a sound that made him dizzy, and leaned closer. Their lips met slightly at first, teasing, and Joseph couldn't hold back anymore. Her hand tangled in his hair as he kissed her harder, pulling her closer. He felt her warmth, her beat, and for the first time, the world outside the room didn't exist. "You are bold, aren't you?" she murmured against his lip. "I like that." Joseph swallowed words, failing him. He felt alive, wanted, and dangerous at once. He traced her shoulder and neck, every inch he could reach without breaking her gaze. She shivered under his touch, whispering his name softly, and then thought it was the most beautiful sound in this world. They moved together, slowly discovering each other. Laughter, moans, whispered confession. Joseph was lost in her, and she is in him. Every touch, every kiss felt electric. Hours passed like minutes when they finally Opueh, their body tangled. Joseph felt it deep in his chest. This was no longer just a job. It was a desire, hunger, and something dangerous. Beautiful. As he lay there, heart still raising, he whispered, "Mama, I never want this night to end." She smiled, brushing his hair from his forehead. "Oh, Joseph, it is only the beginning." Joseph stepped out of the mansion, heart raising. Lagos streets were buzzing and he felt alive, rich, handsome, and suddenly irresistible. That was when he met Tiana at the cafe, slim, bright-eyed, and smiling like the world was hers. "Hey," he said, trying to sound casual. Tiana laughed playfully. "Hey, handsome, don't tell me you just drove those Boss Rolls Royce." He smirked, leaning on the table. "Maybe I did, maybe I didn't." Her laugh sent electric through him. Joseph felt bold. Why not? She's young, fun. Mama Sugar wants to know. Meanwhile, back at the mansion, Mama Sugar was waiting, sipping her wine, watching the city light. She had noticed the change in him, a spark of recklessness, a glint in his eyes, but she said nothing. Instead, she texted him later, playful, "Be home soon. I like to see my boy happy." Joseph grinned at the message, feeling powerful. He thought she was naive. She wouldn't suspect it. Since that night, he walked Tiana through the street, teasing, laughing, and holding her hands lightly. His pulse raced. By the time he returned to the mansion, Mama Sugar was waiting at the door, calm and smiling. Joseph kissed her, brushing off the later words. You look tired, she said softly, tracing her fingers around his jaw. I am fine, he lied easily, hiding the thrill of Tiana. Mama Sugar leaned closer, brushing her lips against his. Joseph felt the warmth and intimacy and thought he was untouchable. But deep down, a tiny chill ran through him. She knew more than he thought, and Lagos had a way of showing you the cost of temptation. Joseph couldn't stop thinking about Tiana, the way she laughed, the way her hands lingered near it, the thrill of sneaking out without Mama Sugar noticing. Lagos felt different now, dangerous, exciting, and full of temptation. The next afternoon, he tasted Tiana to meet at the cafe. Within minutes, the reply came, I thought you never asked. They met under the buzzing street light. Joseph's chest pounded as he held her hand casually, but every touch was electric. She leaned close, whispered, I like this side of you, confidence, darling. Joseph grinned. She doesn't know I have Mama Sugar waiting at the mansion. You have no idea, he murmured, brushing a strand of his hair from her face. Meanwhile, Mama Sugar was in the mansion sipping wine and listening to jazz. She noticed a little change in Joseph, the way he walked in the morning, the glint in his eyes, but she smiled, brushed it off, and kissed him. Later that night, letting him feel her warmth, Joseph felt unstable. He started meeting other girls too, curvy, slim, playful, shy. Each encounter gave him a rush. He thought he was clever and he could keep his word a secret. That Mama Sugar age meant she wouldn't notice. By night, he returned to the mansion, eyes raising, checking flush from the attention and excitement. Mama Sugar waited calmly, tracing her finger along his jaw. You are restless tonight, she said softly. I am fine, Joseph lied, leaning into her warmth, hiding the thrill of his games. But Mama Sugar's eyes were sharp, glinting with knowledge. She didn't say a word, just kissed him, letting him feel safe. Joseph thought he was winning. Joseph was feeling untouchable. He had Tiana and other girls, and Mama Sugar still waiting at the mansion, smiling at him as if nothing mattered. Lagos was his playground, and he was the king. But the thrill came with the danger. One evening, Sade, a curvy 22 years old girl he had been seeing secretly, called him in panic. Joseph, I am pregnant. His heart skipped. He tried to stay calm. It is fine, he said quickly, forcing a grin. You can fix it. Sade's voice trembled. You mean? Yes, don't worry. No one will ever know. Joseph lied. Inside, he felt a mix of panic and arrogance. Mama Sade will never find out. She is too old. She won't suspect anything. Back at the mansion, Mama Shaggy noticed he was distracted. He came in later than usual, his cologne faintly mixed with another girl's perfume. She didn't confront him yet. She smiled, kissed him, letting him feel secure. She was watching and learning. Joseph thought he had the perfect balance. The mansion, the money, the girls, Mama Sugar, none the wiser. He felt powerful, daring and unstoppable. That night, lying in Mama Sugar's bed, he traced her and whispered sweet things and let her think everything was normal. She laughed softly, letting him enjoy the illusion. But in the shadow of her eyes, a storm was brewing. She knew more than he thought, and Lagos had a way of teaching painful lessons. Joseph walked into the mansion feeling untouchable. Lagos had been generous, giving him attention, wealth, and many girls. Mama Sugar smiled at him as always, soft and warm, but Joseph was distracted, thinking about Tiana and the thrill of being desired by so many. Mama Sugar, however, was calm. She noticed the faint perfume, the restless eyes, and the slight hesitation in his movements. She didn't say a word. She only sipped her wine, kissed him lightly, and let him feel secure. Then she called Kelvin, a young, loyal and handsome man, only 24, who respected her full and had no interest in games or human attention outside his work. He arrived at the mansion with a confident smile and sharp gaze, instantly noticing Joseph's arrogance. Joseph, Mama Sugar once said, evening soft, meet Kelvin, he'll be helping with some of the businesses. Joseph barely hid a frown. Another young man in the mansion. This wasn't supposed to happen, but Mama Sugar's smile didn't waver. He realized she was testing him. maybe planning. Kelvin's presence was quiet but powerful. He never really challenged Joseph directly, but his calm confidence made Joseph feel exposed. The mansion suddenly felt like his playground anymore. That night, Joseph lay in bed, tossing and turning. Mama Sugar kissed him and whispered sweet words and smiled. Joseph leaned into her warmth, trying to ignore the tight knot in his stomach. He thought he was still in control, still untouchable, but Kelvin's eyes, calm and sharp, answered him. And Mama Sugar, she knew exactly how to play the game. Joseph thought he was untouchable. Tina, Sade, and the staring of many girls kept him busy. While Mama Sugar smiled at him every night, letting him feel like he had the world in his hand, Lagos made him bored and even cocky. But Kelvin was different, quiet, sharp, and always watching. He noticed the faint perfume, the restless energy, and the little lies Joseph told Mama Sugar. Joseph didn't think anyone could see him until Kelvin started stepping in. One evening, Joseph was flirting with Tina in the corner of the mansion courtyard while Kelvin appeared. Calm but firm. Joseph, can we talk? His tone left room for no games. Joseph straightened, smirking places. Sure, what's up? Kelvin's gaze was steady, unshaken. I know what is happening here, and it ends tonight. Joseph laughed nervously, trying to hide the panic. He thought Mama Sugar was too old to notice, too slow to act, but he walked back inside. Mama Sugar eyes Mrs. calm, knowing, and sharper than ever. That night, she kissed him as usual, whispered sweet things, but Joseph felt subtle tension in her grip. He realized too late that the mansion wasn't his playing ground anymore. Kelvin was there, steady, loyal, and ready to protect what was his. The next morning, Joseph tried to charm his way past Kelvin, but the young man calmed confidence and made him stumble. Every step he took, every lie he tried to tell felt heavier. Mama Sugar watched quietly, smiling faintly, letting Joseph drown in his own arrogance. By evening, Joseph knew the truth. He was losing control. The thrill, the games, none of it mattered anymore. Lagos had taught him temptation, but Mama Sugar and Kelvin had to teach him lesson he would never forget. Joseph, once untouchable, felt the first sting of fear. Joseph woke up that morning feeling bold as ever. Lagos had made him cocky and rich and reckless. He thought Mama Sugar was slow and blind to his games. But today, he would learn the truth. Kelvin had been watching calmly and even sharp-eyed. Every lie Joseph tried to slip past, every flirtation, every secret meeting. Kelvin noticed, and Mama Sugar, she had been waiting for this moment. That afternoon, Joseph tried to sneak out to see Tiana. As he reached the gate, Kelvin blocked him effortlessly. Not today, he said, calm but firm. Joseph laughed nervously. Come on, you can't stop me. She doesn't even know. Kelvin shook his head. She knows everything, and I am going to make sure this ends today. Panic surged through Joseph. He tried to push past, but Kelvin's presence was solid, unyielding. He realized it's too late. The mansion, Mama Sugar, the girls, the morning, none of it was his anymore. Mama Sugar appeared behind him, calm, regal, smiling faintly. Joseph, she said softly, you forgot one thing. I am smarter than you. You thought you could play me. Joseph opened his mouth, but no word came. Fear, shame, and disbelief hit him all at once. Kelvin guided the door firm. Be careful, it's your time to go, Mama Sugar whispered, brushing a hand along his cheek, gentle and tender. Joseph fought crumbled. The mansion, the wealth, and the girls gone. All that he remembered was the bitter truth. Greed and arrogance never last. As he walked away, shoulders slumped, he glanced back. Mama Sugar stood there calm, confident, victorious, Kelvin by his side. And in that moment, Joseph understood he had lost everything to desire and deceit. Mama Sugar smiled softly, watching him disappear into Lagos streets. The mansion was quiet. Joseph was gone, and with him went the chaos. Mama Sugar walked into the lounge where Kelvin was arranging wine glasses. Their eyes met, and something unspoken passed between them. It is different now, Kelvin said softly. Mama Sugar smiled, feeling a warmth she hadn't known in years. Calm and safe and alive. Kelvin stepped closer. Their hands brushed. A spark passed between them. He looked into her eyes. I had never met someone like you, someone who trusts me and sees for me. Mama Sugar lips curved. I never thought I would find someone like you neither. After everything, I feel right with you. He gently took her hand, holding it like it mattered more than anything. The connection was real. No games and no playing around like Joseph. Later, they stood on the balcony, the Lagos light shimmering below. Kelvin wrapped an arm around her and he leaned towards him. "I like this," she whispered. "Us." Kelvin kissed her temple softly. "Me too. No chaos, no game, just us." For the first time in years, Mama Sugar felt complete. She didn't need wealth or control to feel alive. Kelvin loyalty, care, and gentle love filled the emptiness Joseph had left behind. They stayed on the balcony, watching the stars, feeling the future in their hands. It was quiet, but it was full of trust, passion, and a love that promised to last. Under Lagos sky, Mama Sugar and Kelvin found something Joseph would never take. A real connection grounded in loyalty and hearts that beats for each other. So at the end of the story, Joseph that betrayed Mama Sugar was back to square one. He was back to the gutter where he came from. Now he has started walking on the streets of Lagos, homeless. He's living under the bridge and is doing menial jobs. And he wish he never took the opportunity of Mama Sugar for granted. So guys, please subscribe to this channel to watch more stories like this. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.